Welcome back for another lesson. We are going to be talking about "O Come Little Children" from Suzuki Book 1. We have some new dynamic markings in "O Come Little Children." We have the crescendo and the decrescendo. The crescendo marking looks like the open alligator mouth, and the decrescendo looks like the closing alligator mouth. So crescendo, we have open alligator mouth, and decrescendo, we have closing alligator mouth. You'll see them written on the third and fourth lines of "O Come Little Children." Can you see the crescendos? Right there, and then another crescendo on the bottom line, as well as a decrescendo at the end of the piece. Crescendo means to get louder. So we are growing in volume with a crescendo, getting louder, and then we are decreasing in volume, getting softer with our decrescendo. We've been talking a lot about dynamics, and dynamics make music interesting. It's the spice in the music. It adds so much more spice to the sound in the music. And a crescendo is going to be created with a little more pressure, a little more weight in your bow stroke as you're pulling and pushing the string. It's going to sound something like this. Did you hear how I go from soft to loud? In "O Come Little Children," it sounds something like this. And the decrescendo sounds something like this in "O Come Little Children." It's at the end of the piece. Okay, did you hear that? How I went from loud to soft? Great. Our next technique that we're learning is the double up bow. And this is the first time that we've seen it in our music. We have an up bow at the ends of our phrases right here. And then we have a comma, eighth note rest, followed by another up bow and an eighth note. So we have to save our bow so that we have enough bow to go on our next up bow. And it sounds something like this. I start from the tip, I rock and roll my bow, and then do another up bow. Starting at the tip, so I have enough bow, and then I rock and roll, and another up bow. So if you save your bow and do 2 half bows in the same direction, you'll have enough bow to play 2 up bows in a row. Good job. Good job, everybody out there trying and learning. So that happens to us at the ends of all the phrases of "O Come Little Children." We have 2 up bows in a row, saving our bow in half bows so that we can have enough bow for the second up bow. In "O Come Little Children," we also have a pickup note, and we start with an up bow. This is the first time in the Suzuki Book 1 that you actually start on an up bow. And it's going to look like this in your music. Do you see the up bow? And that eighth note starts before the full part of the piece. Okay, so that eighth note is all by itself, but we still have a complete measure because we have a dotted quarter at the end of the piece, and that eighth note to complete the full two beats gets borrowed and put in the beginning of the piece as your pickup note. Okay, and it sounds something like this. I stop and roll, another up bow. Okay, and so I like to divide my bow into fulls and halves. The quarter note gets a full bow, and the eighth note gets a half of a bow until we get to the ends of the phrases, which is our musical sentence. So at the very end of each phrase, we're going to save half of your bow on that quarter note. So you have another half bow for the other eighth note. Half of a bow and half a bow. Half bow, half bow, half bow on the dotted quarter. So we have another half bow for that pickup that's at the beginning of your piece. Okay, so I'll play it for you with my bow distribution, and so you can see how it sounds with my half and full bows. Start right in the middle for a half bow. That is our lesson today for O Come Little Children. I hope you were able to learn some valuable new practice tips and that you have more tools to help you work on O Come Little Children. Have a great day and keep practicing.